Hello, YouTube. My name is Cecil Brigman, and it's been a while since I uploaded anything. I haven't really had much to say at all lately, but after last night, I got something I really want to talk about. So, for those that believe or do not believe, you've definitely heard the word demon before. It's a pretty common word, not used as much as staples of the English language, such as the and other small words, but demons are real. Very much real. Whether you believe in them or not, listen to my story. Because I've got two for you now. Two stories today. The first one happened last year. So, this was right after a D&D session. I was playing a game with friends. As soon as it ended, I felt suddenly really, really tired. I was perfectly awake until it ended, and then I just had this wave of drowsiness wash over me, and I just had to take a nap. So I lay down, and within seconds, I'm asleep. This is rare for me. I've never been an easy sleeper. From I have memories of being a child and struggling to go to sleep at night from like 5, 6 years old. I've never been an easy sleeper, but this time I just passed right out. And I had a dream. It was a very short 15-minute nap. I checked the time after I woke up, and it was 15 minutes, uh, plus or minus one or two. And in the dream, I was in my bathroom at the time. It was a small bathroom, and I saw myself in the mirror just fine, and I felt like I wasn't alone in there. So I moved, and I tripped over nothing basically and fell down, but I caught myself on the wall. That was strike one, and that's when the ominous feeling began. That failures were problematic in that effect. Uh, And the second one really sealed it in. It was a very short dream. So I went to turn on the light because the light was off, and the light didn't turn on. That was strike two. And all of a sudden, I had this intense feeling of doom. Like death was right next to me, just waiting for that third failure. And I knew that if I opened that door and I something went wrong, or if I turned the knob and it was locked or something, I was dead. And so I called out Jesus and instantly woke up. And when I woke up, I definitely was not alone. There was this really heavy negative energy holding me down. I could not move. I was already a follower of Christ at the time, but being a sinner, I'm still not perfect. To this day, I still sin. I'm not never going to be perfect. And it was just this horrible, awful feeling that something was just holding me there. I called out, Jesus Christ, King of Kings, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. And immediately it left. And fast forward today, I've had demonic encounters in the past, but that was the only one before last night that was really bad. I've cast out demons before. It's not hard to do if you follow Christ. His name is powerful and can send them away. But last night, man, it almost didn't work. I know exactly why too. It's because I've had a porn addiction for over half of my current life so far. And last night I felt there was one directly next to me. It was almost 1-to-1 the same feeling as last year. It was noticeably different, but it was the same like kind of energy. I could guarantee that. And it was just mostly centered around my head, like something had its hand on my head and was ready to kill me. It was the presence of death, and I was almost terrified, actually. I almost gave in to fear because my default response is to call out to Jesus, to call out to the Lord. It does not take me a couple seconds to do that whenever I feel the presence of a demon. It is a very swift response from me because I do have great faith. However, the Lord didn't answer me right away like he usually does. I I got desperate. I immediately, after calling out to him 2 3 times, I bowed down in prayer, and it even then took a little bit for him to answer me. I had to. I was actually growing really, really worried up until he answered me. I thought I might have actually been abandoned finally. And I think this is it. I think this is when I'm actually going to turn away from that. The addiction that's held me for well over a decade. I've been trying to beat it for so long, and I think that's exactly what I needed, and I think God knows that's exactly what I needed. I needed to feel just the presence of death, and just knowing that sin separates me from him so much that I could have died last night. I think that's exactly what I needed. So I guess the lesson here is love God more than your sin. Don't just keep falling into it. It sounds so easy. It's so easy to say. It's so easy to say, but it's so impossible to do. Once you begin to turn away from your sin and start to pursue God, that's when they start hunting you. When I was about 15, I don't remember the exact age, I stopped believing in God. I started being an atheist. And, it was a peaceful several years. I came back to Jesus only, let's see, when was it? I think it was 2021. Either 2021 or 2022 that I really actually. It was definitely 2022 because that was my last year with Walmart. Or no, it wasn't. Anyway, when I actually came back to Christ, because I was raised Christian. I had a very Christian upbringing. My entire dad's side of my family is Catholic. My mom's side is mostly Baptist. I'm non-denominational. I follow Christ. I follow the Bible. That's it. I go to a Church of Christ. There's no denomination there. And all of a sudden, I started feeling things. Well, it's not entirely accurate. I was able to feel them uh, for a brief 3 months when I did succeed a 3 month no-fap challenge in 2019, I think. 2018 or 2019, one of those 2 years. Pretty sure it was 2018 because that was before I started with Walmart. And I did unlock the ability to just completely sense and feel their presence. And for a few years that went away. I didn't have that. But when I came back to Jesus, all of a sudden, I knew. I could feel when they're around. I could tell just walking into a room, yeah, there's a demon in here. In fact, my best friend, who I currently live with, he had a stupid night last week, and he went to a bar on a work night. He got really drunk, and he brought some friends home, and I had to cast them out. And He can feel them too now because the day after he would not go into the bathroom because there was one left over that didn't get a. I thought I got rid of them all, but I guess I missed one. He wouldn't. He went to his mom's bathroom. He literally walked across the house to use his mom's bathroom rather than using the one with the demon in it. And I do kind of respect it. He was asking me, "How do I get it out? How do I get it out?" It left on its own. It's not here anymore. Shut up. I'm busy. Yeah, this is just a warning. Demons are real. Be careful. If you can't feel them, that means you're not a threat to them. If you can't feel them or you're not a target of them, you're doing something wrong. They don't target the people that are separated from God already because that's their whole purpose. Their whole purpose is to separate people from God. If you're not worshiping, if you're not going to church, if you're not reading the Bible, if you're not praying, they're going to leave you alone. There's nothing to do with you. In fact, they'll keep providing you with whatever you want. But the second you try to turn away from your sin, oh ho ho, it's on, buddy. They step in that ring immediately. You want to quit porn? Ha! Here's 10 ads, all for things that are your favorite fetish. You want to quit overeating? Oh, that's a shame. Don't you want to go to McDonald's? Oh, here's an ad for that. Oh, here's a coupon, $5 off. It, every sin you try to quit, they're gonna come after you for. Uh, I don't think that consumption of a lot of soda is really that bad, especially when I've never been overweight or the type to overeat a lot. Although I have had an addiction to soda for many, many years. It's one of the, as far as I know, more harmless sins. But when I tried to quit that they let themselves in. They walked right through that door, or however they get in. They're like, "Hey, buddy, don't you want a soda?" And temptation started coming more and more. Yeah, point is just be careful, and if you have had a demonic encounter in the past or even recently, Jesus Christ is your solution. He is your answer. He is the way, the life, and the truth. I phrase those out of order, but still. Run to him, and he'll protect you. He's protected me for years, and I'm nobody special. I'm no more important than you are. I promise. He loves you. He died for you, in fact. God humbled himself and died for you. He loves you that much. If I start talking, I could make myself cry here. God knows every single sin that you've ever committed, and he wants you to let them go. And even though he knows all of those sins you've committed, every single thing you've done wrong in your life, he still calls you by your name. The demons will always call you by your sin. Hey, overeater. Hey, adulterer. Come back. Let's go sleep with this woman. Let's go watch porn. Let's go order McDonald's. These are just examples, but they'll always call you by your sin, but the Lord will always call you by your name. He loves you so. It's beautiful. In fact, so beautiful that I when I discover new gospel or worship songs that I really like, I'll sometimes just actually start bawling my eyes out in my truck as I'm listening to them. Like one song I used to listen to a lot, it's called "On My Own." I think it's by Ashes Remain. I never realized it was about God until literally this year when I heard it again after years of not hearing it. I realized, oh, it's about God. Yeah, just wanted to talk a bit about my experience with Demon and give a warning. That's it. Thank you. God bless you.